Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be doing a special haul video. So this is the video that I have been kind of sort of teasing for the last month or so, and it is finally coming to fruition. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, and if you've also seen the one short that I've uploaded to my YouTube channel here, you guys will know that I have recently collabed with Album Buddy. So Album Buddy is a Korean proxy service that reached out to me and basically asked me to try out their service and order a couple things. So make an order and then, do a couple videos kind of just showing what the service is about and explaining everything. And they are offering my audience a special $10 off code. So I will probably link it in my description of this video, and I already do actually have it in my card. So I did recently make a card maybe like a month or a month and a half ago, and so the Album Buddy link to $10 off if you sign up for the first time is in my card, but then also for this video, I will have that link in my description. But yeah, that's kind of how everything came about for this video, and of course the previous short that I did already for Album Buddy. And I was very excited to kind of just try something new because I personally never thought a brand would ever reach out to me to collab because, like I said, I just pretty much do this for fun and I just film my hobby and upload videos to interact with you guys. So I wanted to essentially try it to give it a shot and kind of just see what it was like working with a brand. So that's how this video came about. And I do want to mention that this intro is going to be probably pretty long. I know I already have long intros as it is, but this intro will be long because I will now be going into explaining a little bit with B-roll from the website, like how the website works. All right, so this is what the website looks like when you first go to Album Buddy's website. So you can see they have a couple things strolling across the top of the page. So those are all of the like important notices and stuff like that. They do have Boonjang services, but currently they are unavailable because they're doing site maintenance for Boonjang. So currently you cannot place Boonjang orders through Album Buddy, but I presume that will come back very, very shortly. But you can see I'm just scrolling here and we have some deco items and then also kind of just like the recent albums that are available on the website. And then you can also see me scrolling through all of these groups and, soloists and things of that nature. Basically, anybody in the K-pop space who's making music, they will be on this website more than likely. And so what I wanted to do for this video is kind of make a demo order. So I'm gonna go ahead and search up a couple of my favorite groups and then kind of put together an order here. So as you can see, I searched aespa and a whole bunch of things for aespa pop up, and you can see there's a whole bunch of merch items that pop up and all of their like past album releases and stuff like that. And you can also see that they have all the stores listed there where all of these are from. And you can also go up there and choose whichever store that you want to buy from as well. They have so many stores available. You can see some of them right there at the top. And so then I went into the fan light because I wanted to add this to my cart. You'll see this go to vendor button. So if you want to, before you purchase it on Album Buddy, if you want to check that it's available on the actual website that Album Buddy is going to be purchasing it from for you, then you definitely want to check that go to vendor button and make sure that it's stocked on the website before you go ahead and purchase it on Album Buddy. But you saw right there that I just added it to my cart, and then as you can see, there's a whole bunch of these other shops here. So Everline, Soundwave, Makestar, just so many like Korean retailers. And you can see these are all of the albums that Soundwave has. And I'm kind of just scrolling through here to see like which one I want to add to the cart. And pretty soon I'm going to do that. So as you can see, I decided I'm going to add aespa Richman, the energy version, to my cart. So I just click add to assisted purchase and then go back because I want to buy more things and add more things to my cart. And I do believe that I go to ITZY next as I scroll down here and look at all of the groups. There's ITZY right there on the right. And so this is what ITZY's page looks like right now as you scroll through everything. You will see that there are some fan call events that you see listed here on the Album Buddy website, and you can apply for fan calls and like special events on Album Buddy and through Album Buddy. So that is something that they also offer, and yeah, I think that's a very good feature of this website. Actually click in here just to see if this was still active, but it says it's sold out at the vendor, so obviously you cannot enter this fan call anymore, but I was just checking to see if that fan call was still active for Yuna. But after that, I kind of just move on and start scrolling through all of the different shops, trying to look for ITZY albums to add to my cart. So as you can see here, I clicked on Apple Music, and it looks like they have 5 different albums available that I can add to my cart. So I went ahead and just clicked the Cheshire one, and as you can see, it has the go to vendor option once again right there, which I didn't check here, but you obviously want to check it if you were doing a real order to make sure that it's on the website that Album Buddy is going to be purchasing from. So I just added that to my cart, and it took me back to the home page for ITZY once again. And now I moved on to MakeStar for ITZY, so I decided to click on the MakeStar shop just to see what they have for them, and I decided I'm going to add a Born to Be album to my cart. So I'm going to be purchasing this from MakeStar. So this actually gave me an option to select here, which I think it's just random 1 of 3, which it is, but I'm guessing maybe in the past, maybe when these first went on sale, it would perhaps give you an option to select which version you want. So you can also do that in certain situations on Album Buddy as well. But I went ahead and added all of those things to my cart, and now I wanted to go directly to my cart to show you guys what everything looks like there. So as you can see, I am scrolling through, and this is kind of the price breakdown of everything before I have paid for it all. So you see the 4 things that I added to my cart. There are 2 different groups here and 4 different shops, so you can consolidate everything into one order essentially, and Album Buddy will buy everything for you, and it's just very simple and easy that way. But once you're at this page, you can obviously go ahead and make a purchase, and everything will then be moved into the paid section, which you see to the right up top here next to the pending section. And I do believe that I'm going to scroll over so you guys can see like what all of these sections are, but it's very well organized, and you see like exactly what's happening with your orders like as it happens. So as you can see, I still have 1 order active right now, and I actually do have 1 canceled order that was from Boonjang that Album Buddy was not able to purchase for me because the seller on Boonjang did not respond to them. So unfortunately, I could not get that purchase from Boonjang. But here, I just wanted to also kind of quickly scroll through and show what Album Buddy has on their website in terms of how it exactly works. But more or less, Album Buddy is acting as a third party for you. And if you guys are already aware with Korean addresses, you know that you just kind of go into their website, and it's very similar to other proxy websites where you want to buy something, you go ahead and buy it, and then that website goes ahead and buys it from that retailer for you, and then all of the stuff that you buy gets shipped to Album Buddy's warehouse, and then Album Buddy, unboxes it for you, and they take unboxing photos. They used to do videos, but they don't do videos anymore, so they just do photos. So you still get to see everything, but it's only photos now. And, once it's at the warehouse is when you can just go ahead and consolidate everything. And then, once everything is consolidated into one package, like I have for this video, you can then go ahead and ship it out to yourself. One thing I also do want to mention is you do have a designated Korean address for your account on the website. So if you ever wanted to buy something from a different Korean site, like say it's not music related, but say, for example, me, if there's something like KBO related, like related to baseball that I wanted to buy off of like one of the team's websites, and I can go ahead and buy that and have them ship it to Album Buddy's warehouse in Korea by using the Korean address that is in my account. So like if you go to your account details, you will see you have your own Korean address. So you can like manually buy things off of different Korean websites, not through Album Buddy, and so it will get shipped to Album Buddy's website. And then obviously once it gets there, as long as you fill out your address correctly, it will get correlated back to you, and then you can have it shipped to you through Album Buddy. So I also think that's a pretty cool feature as well. But yeah, that kind of concludes my explanation of Album Buddy and how their service works. But of course, if you guys have any questions, you can certainly ask them in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability down there in the comment section. So just let me know if you have any questions about the explanation. And yeah, that's kind of what Album Buddy is offering for us. So now with this package specifically, I ordered a lot of albums, and then I did order one photo card from Boonjong. So there are some very exciting things in here. But in this box, there are going to be albums that you may not be expecting, at least from me, because I know on this channel, I kind of more or less just stick to collecting the same groups all the time, kind of like my top. I have like a top 5, I feel like. But there are going to be albums in here outside of that top 5. And then there are also going to be albums in here that I already have and that I am planning on gifting to you guys as well. When I took this opportunity, I specifically wanted to use it as an opportunity to give back to you guys, because obviously, like I said, I upload like my hobby and make videos and put them on YouTube and whatever, and you guys obviously watch them, and so I wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for you guys. So there are going to be some albums in here that I do plan on gifting. I am leaning towards not doing it on YouTube though, just because I've been reading up on YouTube's like giveaway policies, and I just do not even want to like attempt to deal with that. I'm sure I probably could do it and like it would probably be okay, but like I don't know, it just really worries me. So I'm probably going to be gifting some of these albums that you'll see in this video on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you definitely want to be following me on Instagram so you guys can get notified whenever I decide to gift these albums. But I feel like that would just be the best platform for that, because you know, it's just easier to, Instagram's like policies or whatever, I guess, are a little bit more laxed. So I personally see like a whole bunch of like giveaways on Instagram all the time, right? And so it would be easier just to conduct the giveaway and like post the rules, and then obviously like proofs and stuff are very easy because you can do that through stories and all of that good stuff. So I think Instagram would probably just be the best place. So definitely follow me on Instagram if you are looking for a chance at getting one of the albums that I'm going to be gifting in this package. All right, so this is everything out of the box, and you may be able to tell already what albums I got, but I have a whole bunch of albums and then one photo card from Boonjong, which this photo card is a very special photo card, at least to me. So I personally am going to save that for last, but now I'm going to rip into all of this bubble wrap and then see exactly what I got. All right, so everything is out of the bubble wrap now, and so these are the albums that I got in this particular order. So the albums over here on the right are going to be all the albums that I plan on gifting to you guys over on my Instagram, and then all of the albums over here on the left are the ones that we are going to actually like open and unbox and flip through in this video. So just a quick rundown of all the albums I plan on gifting. So we have a box version album for ITZY Tunnel Vision, and it did come with a pre-order benefit, which I didn't even really know it was going to come with a photo card, but we got a Chaeryeong here looking very cute. And then I do plan on gifting this Le Sserafim Spaghetti album. I think this is the compact version. I think it's the compact version. It's pretty thin, so that's probably what it is, but I got a random copy, and this is a Sakura I then also have this i-dle We Are album, and it did come with this poster, I believe. I think this poster goes with the i-dle album, so if you get that, then the poster will obviously come with it as well. Then I also got an aespa Rich Man album, and happened to get my bias Giselle, which is actually kind of funny because I got my main bias for Le Sserafim in the compact version, and I got my main bias for aespa with Rich Man. So that's kind of funny that that they guessed that, I guess, the retailers that I bought this from. That was kind of lucky, I guess, on my part, but I have a Rich Man album, and then last but not least, I do have a Red Velvet Cosmic album here. I don't know which version this is, but these will be all of the albums, like I said, that I plan on gifting to you guys. So like I said, just follow me on Instagram and keep an eye out for that. It won't be like super immediately because there are a couple other things I have to organize before I conduct that, but I want to try to at least start it, like open up entries within like the next 2 weeks. So just keep an eye out for that. But these are all the albums that I got. I'm obviously not going to open them in this video because I want them to be sealed for the people that get them. So I'm just going to put these to the side, and then we can go through all the albums that I got for this video. Okay, so I have taken all of the plastic off of the albums that we are going to be looking at today, but I have 3 different versions of NMIXX's Blue Valentine release. So I forget exactly what month this came out in last year, but it's definitely been out for a while. But I wanted to pick these up because I've been really into NMIXX lately, and as you guys know, I think I mentioned in one of my recent videos that I went to the NMIXX concert in National Harbor. So that was, I think, on April the 2nd, I think it was. I think it was the day after April Fool's Day. So April 2nd, I saw NMIXX in concert, and they were just like so incredible. So I've been into their music a lot more lately. I really liked their title track. I think it was before Blue Valentine, Know About Me. So I like Know About Me, and I really liked Blue Valentine a lot. I still listen to Blue Valentine quite a bit, actually. And then their most recent release, it wasn't like an album release, but they did Tick Tick, and so I've actually been really into that song as well. So, and I did hear that NMIXX is also going to be releasing an album fairly soon. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up, but I wanted to at least get Blue Valentine and a couple other versions because, like I said, like I love this song so much, and so I wanted to check those out. And then also this album right here on the right, I am so excited for. This is Chuu's EXO My Cyberlove release. I don't know exactly how many album versions she did, but this is just one of them. And like this, to me, honestly, if I'm being 100% real right now, this is probably my album of the year. Like, I have been listening to this full album. All the tracks on this album are so amazing, but I've been listening to this full album since it came out, and I love it so much. So I definitely had to scoop up a copy of this album version, so Chuu EXO My Cyberlove. But like I said, I love all the songs on this album, and I've just been listening to it nonstop, honestly. I love Canary especially. Like, Canary is so good, but all the songs on this album are really good. So I think I'm probably going to start with NMIXX. So I'm just going to I'm not going to do like a full unboxing. I'm just going to kind of open things up and kind of sort of see what our inclusions are, and then maybe do a quick like flip through of the photo book. So it'll be like very informal, but obviously like still look at what we got. All right, so I set the Chuu album to the side, but this is what this version of Blue Valentine looks like. And so it opens up like this, and so we have the CD right here. Very pretty blue color. I like this. And then we have a little booklet here, and it looks like we might have a photo book, and then we have all of our inclusions. And I do see some photo cards right away, so I never do this, but let's see who we got photo card wise here. So it looks like we have a unit photo card. So I think this is Bae and, oh gosh, is that Sullyun? I'm still not great with the NMIXX members' names, but I think that's Seulgi. And then we have Bae. And then I think this might also be Seulgi. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Is there any indication on the back? It doesn't look like there's an indication on the back. So that is the other photo card that we get. And then this photo card, I think it's Jiwoo, right? I feel like this is Jiwoo. So we have a Jiwoo photo card, and she has a little drawing for us on the back and a little message. So those are our 3 photo cards that we got in this album. As I mentioned, I don't really know like what all these versions are called, but we do have some. Ooh, are these like IDs? Oh, we do have IDs. Okay, so we have IDs for all the members, I guess. So we have Lily right there, and then we have Haewon, and then we have Seulgi. I'm pretty sure that's Seulgi. Then we have Bae, and then we have Jiwoo, and then we have Kyujin. So those are all of the IDs that we get in this album version, and I do believe I got all the members' names correct there. So please also let me know if I misidentify anybody. Like, feel free to let me know nicely in the comments section below. As I mentioned, I'm not super familiar with all of their names quite yet, but I am still trying my best. It looks like we do have a couple inclusions here. So we have a very large poster, it looks like. Yes, we do have a poster actually, and it is quite big. So we have an OT6 poster here. So we have all the members with a very nice blue backdrop, and they're all wearing white in that poster. Very big poster. And then we have a large postcard as well. The back is just plain white. And then we have a photo book here, I guess. So this is what the actual photo book is, I think. This is like the main photo book that comes with the album version. So here's a quick look at some of all of the pictures in here. Trying to flip through this as quick as possible because I don't want this video to be too incredibly long, but that is what the photo book looks like. There was this other little booklet right here. I'm not quite sure what this is. Maybe this is more photos. Let's see. It looks like we do have more photos in here. So they had like 2 different photo books in this album version, it looks like. So this is what all of those photos look like. My camera is freaking out with the focus. I can tell it's constantly like focusing and refocusing right now each time I flip a page, but that is the second photo book. And I think that, oh wait, no, I have all this stuff on this right side over here. So I have, ooh, do we have like a, ooh, this is a postcard set, okay. So are these like all of the members? So we have someone right there. It looks like that's Kyujin, I think. Then we have Haewon. These are not in age order, I don't think. So then we have Bae, and then Lily, and then that's Seulgi. So that means this is probably Jiwoo. I couldn't tell like when I first looked at this the first time because it's kind of far away, but by process of elimination, that has to be Jiwoo. So we do get a postcard set for this album version as well. And then what is this? What do we get? I'm not quite sure. Is this just like a sticker of some sort? It looks like it's like a gel sticker. I'm not totally sure what it is. But perhaps it kind of reminds me of like, people don't really have these anymore, but back in the day, I feel like you used to put like stickers on windows, like just thinking about like grade school and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they still do that in grade school, but like they used to have these stickers that were like clear. Obviously they had a picture on them, but they were clear and you could like stick them on a window and it would look kind of cool. Obviously, like if it was a sunny day out or whatever, and you could kind of just decorate windows with all of these stickers. That's kind of what this is reminding me of, but I'm not really sure 100% if this is a sticker or what, but we do get that for this album version. And then we do have, is this like a magnet? I think these are magnets. Okay, this is giving magnet. So we have an OT6 photo here, and then the other side it says Blue Valentine. So that is the logo for the comeback. And it looks like if I wanted to, I could probably separate these or cut these. I'm not really sure how that works, but I'll have to figure out at a later time. But I think that is all of the inclusions for this first version. So what I'm definitely going to plan on doing is probably definitely take the photo cards. And so the photo cards that I get, I'm probably going to be putting in my miscellaneous binder at some point in time, probably my next storing video. So I'm going to set those to the side, and I think I'll set the IDs to the side as well, just for right now. And then everything else I'm going to put back in here, and then we can go ahead and get into the other album versions. Now we have this next album version here. So we have some interesting things on the front and back of this album version, but I'm guessing it opens exactly the same, and it does. So this is what the CD looks like for this version. We kind of have a blurred out OT6 photo there, and then we do have the photo book, or one of the photo books, and then over here we have the poster, postcard, and the other photo book. And then we have more of the same inclusions, it looks like, right here. And then we have all of our photo cards and magnets. So the 3 photo cards I get in this version is another unit photo card. So we have Bae and Kyujin here, I believe. So they're both doing a peace sign, and then that is the back of the photo card. Then I have a Lily photo card right here. She's in a very nice red turtleneck with the long blonde hair, and then that is her message on the back. And then the last photo card, it looks like this is also a Jiwoo photo card. So I think I've pulled one Jiwoo photo card in both of my album versions now so far. So that is her message on the back there. And then this is a look at the, like I said, I think it's a magnet. So this is kind of like a, I feel like you could probably put this, like it's just one magnet. Like you don't have to cut this, because like why would you just want this like scenic shot as one specific magnet? But also I don't know if it's supposed to be cut. I don't know. Like I don't know. But I would probably, like if I was going to use this, I would just not cut it and use this as the full magnet. But the other one that we got in the first version, honestly, because it had the Blue Valentine logo on one side and then the OT6 photo on the other side, I would honestly probably just take scissors and cut it. But this one I would probably just use the full magnet. So those are all of the small things that we got in this album version. Let me just start grabbing stuff here. So it looks like we have another one of these stickers perhaps. So this is an OT6 photo right here, a horizontal photo. Then it looks like we might have OT6 like film strips, I guess, or maybe these are probably bookmarks. I bet they were calling these bookmarks for the album details. So we have Lily, we have Haewon, we have Seulgi, we have Bae, we have Jiwoo, and we have Kyujin. So this is indeed OT6, and like I said, I think they're going to be bookmarks is what, like if I were to guess, I think those are probably bookmarks. And now we have more postcards here. So we have Lily and Haewon and Seulgi and Bae and Jiwoo and Kyujin right here. And so all of the backs look to be the same. So honestly, like now that I am unboxing another like JYP group in terms of like seeing physically like right before my eyes like what exactly goes into other JYP groups' albums, like I completely understand now why ITZY has so much stuff, because I think it's just like a JYP thing, you know, like I always talk about how ITZY like goes crazy with the album inclusions, and I can definitely see that it's probably a company-wide thing, because there is so much in all of these album versions. Like this is crazy. Like we have another large postcard here, OT6, and so the back is just plain white there. But there are just so many inclusions in these album versions. Like, where do you have all the space for this stuff? Like, if you collect multiple JYP groups, like, you might have to just, like, rent out storage space. Like, go to, like, some storage space and be like, yeah, can I just get a gigantic garage to put all my JYP inclusions in, please? Like, but this is the poster that I got in this album version, so it's a bit of a faraway shot, and so it looks like we do have, I guess, all of the lyrics on the back here as well, and all of the track list and things of that nature, but now we just have the photo books to flip through for this album version. So yeah, like I said, man, I've just been really enjoying NMIXX lately, specifically their title tracks. So the tracks that I guess they do MVs for. So I think the other track that I kind of liked was Spinning on It. That was also really good. That was also off this same album, I do believe. So I kind of been... So what I will say with NMIXX is that I've known them since they debuted, right? And when OO came out, I didn't really vibe with it. It was just like not really my style, but I was obviously like aware that they debuted and they were a group. And also I know that they used to be, I'm sorry, trigger warning, but they used to be 7. So I think one of the members left the group. I don't exactly know how that shook out, but I know that they used to have another member. And now that they're just down to 6, but I kind of sort of just followed them. Like each title track they would come out with, I would listen to, and none of them really like landed with me. Like I just didn't really vibe with any of their title tracks when they would come out. I would never stop like checking in and seeing if I liked them, but at the same time, it just wasn't, like I said, clicking. So lately, like I said, the last couple title tracks that they've done have clicked with me. And so Know About Me I really liked, and Blue Valentine I really liked. I think Blue Valentine was probably one of my favorite songs of last year. Like I just listened to it so much. And then I'm also really looking forward to this comeback that they just recently announced, because that means we're going to get more new music from them and a new title track. So I'm definitely just going to be like keeping my eye on them and checking in on their music, and obviously listening to them when I can, because I listen to like the way I listen, like my listening habits are very just like, I don't know, like specific, right? So the way I listen to music is I listen to it even though it's streaming, right? And we have the opportunity to like do shuffling and stuff like that. I listen to music as if I only have CDs available to me, if that makes sense. So like when I am like feeling a certain type of way, I will pick one of my faves and pick one of their albums and like just listen to that album, right? So like if I want to listen to Red Velvet, I'm like, okay, let me throw on the Reve Festival finale, or let me throw on, Day One or Rookie or what have you, right? And if I want to listen to ITZY, it's like, okay, let me throw on, Tunnel Vision and just have that on loop. Or let me throw on, Cake Era and have that on loop, right? So I stream music as if I were listening to them on CDs, if that makes sense. So that kind of means I, in general, just stick to the main groups that I like in terms of like what I listen to. So my Spotify Wrapped every year, it's kind of like my top 4 is always going to be Red Velvet, i-dle, aespa, and ITZY in some way, shape, or form, because I'm always going back to those groups to listen to those groups. But with that said, I am trying to like expand on just listening to other groups more nowadays. I promise you guys, I used to listen to so many different groups at the same time, like back in the day. I don't know if it's just like me getting older and I want to focus on the groups that I know that I like 100% and like I'm never going to stop listening to them. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older that I just want to listen to those groups, but I'm trying really, really hard to just like branch out and be more open to the music that I listen to and consume. So Obviously, I went to the NMIXX concert, and it was such an incredible concert. I have to say, like, the concert was so incredible, and it actually made me like a lot of the songs that I thought I didn't like, and I do feel like the live band might have had something to do with that, but I do now find myself going back, like, into their discography and just, like, really enjoying some of the songs that I thought I didn't like before. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to branch out and, listen to new things and stuff like that, but all the groups that I normally collect are still obviously, like, going to be on this channel very heavily. All right, so this is the last album version that I have for NMIXX Blue Valentine. I feel like me talking right there was just like an extremely long babble session, but this is the CD that you get for this particular version, and so we have both of the photo books over here, and then the big poster and big postcard, and then we have stickers, and then we have some more, I think, bookmarks. Oh no, these are like, are these stickers? These might be stickers. They feel like stickers. And then we have the photo cards, so let's look at those. So up first, it looks like I have a photo card of Bae and Kyujin, so this matches the unit photo card that I got in the previous version, so I got them once again. And then the photo card after that, this looks like a Seulgi. I think this is a Seulgi, but she has an apple right there. And then that is the back of the photo card. And last but not least, we get a Haewon photo card. So I think this means that we pulled at least one of the members in every single photo card. I think that's correct. So I have, let me see, I have a Lily photo card here. So we have Lily and Haewon as like solo photo cards. We have two Jiwoos, I'm pretty sure. And we have a couple Seulgi now, solo. We only got Bae. We actually pulled Bae 3 times, but they're all unit photo cards. So we only got Bae popping up in our unit photo cards, but I think I got one photo card from each of the members across all of these versions. So love that so much. All right, so for this last version, I may have slightly messed up and started like taking stuff out and filming, even though I actually didn't hit the record button. So unfortunately, I'm having to re-record here. I don't know exactly where I left off. I hope I recorded the previous version. I'm now going to get back into showing all of these extra inclusions. So we have a giant poster here. So this is an OT6 poster, and they all look very gorgeous in all of their outfits. Although I will say this look from Lily, man, like that look from Lily, if I got that look, like I would be very worried. Like she looks like she's about to hurt somebody. But we know Lily would, of course, never do that. She's way too like nice and free-spirited to do that. But we have some postcards now. So we have Jiwoo, Bae, Kyujin, a Lily right here, then Haewon, and then Seulgi to finish out this set. So those are all of the postcards that you get for this last version. Then we have the magnet for this version, and so we have an OT6 photo down here and a blue apple up top. And then we also do have this sticker. Again, I'm assuming it's a sticker, but this sticker right here with a little message on it, it is of a blue apple. So we have that as well. And then we also have what I think are also stickers, but these are all unit stickers. So I do believe that we have a Lily and Jiwoo right here. And then we have a Kyujin and Bae, and then a Seulgi and Haewon right here to round out these album inclusions. And then off to the right side here, we have the large postcard. So very similar to all of the other large postcards that we've gotten. And then we do have the 2 photo books that come in this particular version. So it looks like this concept was definitely the darkest concept of the 3. What I will say is that the MV for Blue Valentine, I loved all the outfits and just the overall like vibe of that music video. So I'm definitely, if I was leaning into like which outfit or which concept was my favorite for Blue Valentine, it would probably be that concept and those outfits. But I still quite like this darker concept that it looks like they tried out for this comeback here. So that is the first photo book, and then we have another photo book here. I keep forgetting to show like the front and back of things. But like I said, it's not like an official unboxing here. I am being very just like lax in the way I show everything because it's not going to be like an official unboxing video, right? So I'm sure there are a ton of other unboxings that have already happened well in the past for this particular release. And so if you wanted to check out any one of those from a different channel, you definitely can. No problems with that. But that is all I got for this last version for NMIXX. I'm very happy to own a couple NMIXX albums now. It's all obviously just one album, but 3 different versions. And these are definitely going to find a very nice home on my album shelves. And then the photo cards, I think I mentioned earlier, definitely going to be throwing those into my miscellaneous photo card binder at some point in time. But I'm now going to clean all of this up, and then we can go through Chuu's album. All right, so now we have Chuu's album, which I am very excited for. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not totally sure like what album version this is, but honestly got it just because the cover is like so beautiful. So I was like, if I buy one of the album versions, I think I want this version because of the cover. And unfortunately, it is very difficult to open, at least initially, right here. All right, so we got all of the things out of this outer packaging here, and one thing I will say to Chuu's company is never again, please, with this style, because oh my god, I almost like killed my thumb like trying to get all this stuff out of the album itself or the outer packaging. Like, look at that. I like almost sliced my thumb open. But anyway, these are all of the inclusions it looks like. So I'm just going to go straight into this. And we do have a little keychain here of some sort. And it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a felt or some sort of like yarn type keychain here of a heart. So definitely very cute. And we do have a couple stickers here. So we have Chuu in a heart. And then we also have Chuu in the blue sweater and white skirt, and she's kind of holding onto a lamp there, I do believe. So those are the 2 stickers that we get in here. And then this is what the CD looks like for this particular version. So we just have a very simple blue heart, and then we have EXO, My Cyber Love, written across the top. So that is what we get in that little plastic right there. And then we do have the photo book itself, I'm assuming with all of the other inclusions in here. And that is the case, it looks like. So going to kind of just look around and see where are the, I don't think I came across the photo cards, but maybe I did. Let me just do another quick flip through. All right, so I must have definitely come across the photo cards because I don't see any more in there, but we have a very large photo book for this particular album version, and I'm honestly very happy with that because I, like I said earlier in this video, have just been absolutely loving this album to death. Like, oh my goodness, I am blown away by how good this album is. Every single song that I have listened to on this album is an absolute winner for me, and it kind of came out of left field because, as I mentioned, I don't typically drift outside of my, I guess, like comfort zone, for lack of a better term, in terms of like what music I listen to, at least these days. Like I said, I used to be way more like, I don't know, widespread with the amount of artists that I listen to, but because I collect certain groups, I think that's also kind of a reason why I stick to listening to those groups the most, is because I collect them. But I decided to check out Chuu's album just on a random day in January. This has obviously been out for quite a while, and just on a random day decided to check it out, and I was blown away. I mean, Canary had me hooked immediately. And then what was also kind of funny was I listened to just the album. I didn't even look at the MVs yet or anything like that. I went back and I saw the XO My Cyber Love MV, and then what popped up in my recommended after that was the Canary MV, which I didn't even know that an MV existed for Canary. And apparently, judging by the release date for that MV, it kind of looked like it was a pre-release MV. I'm not totally sure about that. You can definitely correct me if I'm wrong, but I was like, dude, this Canary MV, well, both MVs like are incredible. Like the acting in both of those music videos is just like insane. Like her with this other guy, like just insane. Like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like it was that good. Like the part in, I think it's the Canary MV where her and the dude that she's with, I think they're in the back seat of a car, and like there's a part where she looks at him and it's like I was watching and I was like, is this real right now? Like I was like, if anyone ever looked at me the way Chuu is looking at this man right now, I would just like fold and melt immediately. I'd be dead. I'd be like, spread my ashes in the Chesapeake Bay and like call it a day. Like I'm done for, you know, like the MV was just like so like sweet and endearing, and I loved it so much. I cannot like think of enough adjectives to describe like how much I loved this MV. And Chuu, obviously, like she's so beautiful and she has such an amazing voice. And yeah, like I said, it came out of left field for me. And so I have really been enjoying this album a lot. And I'm very happy to own at least one of the album versions, because now I can, you know, obviously play the CD on my CD player whenever I want to. So I really loved this comeback. And now I'm really looking forward to any music that Chuu decides to release in the future. And I already kind of listened to Chuu, like a couple of her title tracks before this album, but none of them really hit me like a sack of bricks like this particular album did. I don't know why I connected so heavily with this album, but I just do. And like I said, I love it so much. So I am very happy that I have a copy of XO My Cyber Love. So that is what the photo book looks like for this version. As far as the other inclusions go, I do have a mini poster right here. So we have a vertical poster of Chuu, and she's got some sort of I think it's a necklace of some sort. So she's holding a necklace kind of up to her mouth here, but she looks very pretty. And then the back is just plain white. So that is the poster that we get. And then we also have a folded heart here. So it says XO My Cyber Love on the outside. And then you open it up and it has a message in here. I'm assuming this is probably in the style of like a thanks to, perhaps, if I were to guess. So this is a very long message that Chuu wrote, presumably to her fans. So we love that so much. And it's a very cute inclusion. And then lastly, the photo card that I got is this photo card right here. So she's got some sort of a stuffed animal. I'm not quite sure what that is, but the color of the stuffed animal kind of reminds me of like cotton candy, I guess. But it has a bright red nose as well and some blue eyes. And then we of course have a very pretty Chuu in the photo as well. And so this is the back of the photo card. It just has XO My Cyber Love on the back, and it says the first album, and then all of the copyrights and stuff like that. So very cute photo card. Once again, this will definitely be going into my miscellaneous photo card binder at some point in time, probably in my next storing video. But that is all I got in terms of the albums that I'm going to be unboxing for this video. I still have one more thing, and I intentionally saved it for last, but it is a photo card that I purchased on Boonjong, so let me unpack that. All right, so this is the last thing I have for this video, and I am unboxing this or unwrapping this on camera because I want this to be dramatic effect. So this is a photo card that I have mentioned, not directly what it would be, but I have mentioned that there is a Seulgi photo card that I was looking forward to and was very excited to receive. So I found this photo card on Boonjong when I was making this order with Album Buddy, and so it was for a pretty reasonable price for what type of photo card it is. And I'm also adding something to my collection that I have never added to any of my collections at all. And you may be starting to see what this photo card is if I can get into this plastic wrap here. But it is inside of a top loader, which is good. But this is a Seulgi broadcast photo card for Accidentally on Purpose from last year. So this is from one of her in-person fan meets, and these are very limited print. There's actually two of them. So this is only one, but this is my favorite of the two. But I was able to find this on Boonjong, and I am just over the moon, you guys. Like, you have no idea how happy I am to own this photo card. And once I take it out of this plastic here, I'm going to just like double check that it's real because I honestly don't believe that it's real, that I'm about to be holding this in my hands right now. But this is the Seulgi photo card that I got. She looks so incredibly gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And there's only like, I don't know, I think it was like 150 of these. I could be wrong, but there's only like 150 of these in the entire world, and I have one right now. Like, this is so insane to me. Let me actually just like look at the edges and the print just to make sure like this is legit. All right, so after confirming, I am very willing to say that this is a legitimate broadcast or like fan meet photo card. Some people were calling it broadcast, some were calling it fan meet. I think it's technically a fan meet photo card, but like others were calling it broadcast, so it's whatever. But this is the first like photo card of this kind, whether you call it a broadcast or like in-person fan meet photo card, that I've ever had. So I am so over the moon that it's a Seulgi photo card, and I'm so happy it's probably one of my favorite Seulgi photo cards like of all time. Like, she just looks so incredible in this photo card, and I'm so happy to have this. So definitely going to be treating this with a lot of extra care, and that will probably go into my photo card binder in my next storing video. I do have one spot left in the Accidentally on Purpose section for this photo card. But I am so happy that this arrived to me in one piece. It's real. It's like everything is just perfect. So I love that so much. That is all I got for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and drag everything back into frame, and then I am going to outro. All right, so that is all I got for this very special haul video, as I mentioned, in collaboration with Album Buddy. So thank you very much to Album Buddy for making this possible. And I mentioned earlier that I do have a $10 off link if you sign up for the first time. If you sign up for Album Buddy for the first time, you can get $10 off your first order. And so that link will be in the description if you want to try it out. And that link will also be in my card, which actually it's already been there. But that link is also in my card. So if you happen to come across my page at a later date, that Album Buddy link will always be in my card, and you can find it there. And if you are at all interested in any of these 5 albums that I plan on gifting to you guys, like I said earlier, you can follow me on Instagram and just be on the lookout for a post of some sort within the next like 2 weeks. It won't be like right away, probably after I upload this video, but it should be within the next 2 weeks. I just need to like sort out a couple other things before I actually like open up people like entering to try to essentially like get one of these albums. So it's going to be 5 albums total, and it's going to be completely random. So I'm going to basically put all of the people that enter into like a random wheel, and I'm going to spin that wheel, and then whoever it lands on obviously gets one of the albums. But in terms of which album they get, that's also going to be random. So once the winners are kind of, decided or whatever by the random wheel, I'm going to then one by one spin the wheel for each of those winners, and whatever album it lands on, that's the album you get. So if you're interested in any of these 5 albums, definitely be on the lookout on my Instagram, because that will be coming very, very shortly. As far as my upcoming videos on the channel, I'm a bit undecided on what exactly I want to do at this point in time. So I do have my most recent photo card haul from Mercari Japan, and I do plan on making that a video in the very near future. However, I wanted to include some albums in my next photo card haul. So some albums that have recently shipped are my Top album. I just got 1 copy, but 1 copy of Top's album that I was going to try to show in my photo card haul. And then the second version of the Everglow code release that I couldn't unbox in my actual like Everglow unboxing video. That has finally shipped, along with a couple of i-dle albums from their like second full album. I did pick up some i-dle albums with that Everglow version. So I wanted to show those in the photo card haul as well. And then also my Meow Cafe order shipped and arrived to me already. I was kind of surprised how like quick it arrived to me, but my Meow Cafe order has arrived to me already, and I was also kind of thinking about adding that to the photo card haul. So I don't want this photo card haul to be like 2 hours long with all of those things in it. So I think I'm going to just have to like face the facts and maybe split things up and do multiple videos, or maybe just do like a dedicated Meow Cafe video, because I don't think that should be too long. That should probably be like 20 minutes max. And then maybe, depending on when all those other albums arrive, because they have shipped, I can perhaps include all of those smaller albums in the photo card haul and kind of just go from there. But I am currently still trying to figure that out. There's just a lot going on right now. We have all that going on, and then of course, like yesterday, aespa announced their Lemonade comeback in like a month, or a month and like a week or something. I think it's like the end of May. And they also announced a world tour, a new world tour with a whole bunch of new dates. And they're coming to Washington, D.C., which I'm very excited for. And so we have that going on. And then I woke up this morning and then I saw an announcement for ITZY is doing a album in May also. And I was just like, oh my God, this is like... This is so much, just so much, and you guys can't see me on camera right now, but my head is in my hands because it's just like almost to a point that it's just so overwhelming. And I think this happened last year too. In 2025, I specifically remember, I feel like a lot of groups also did comebacks where they all just kind of converged on the month of May. And the month of May was also really crazy last year. And so I think it's kind of just repeating itself now. So it's a very crazy time and a very fun time to be a K-pop fan. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, I'm just trying to, stay focused and wrap my brain around all these different things going on. And obviously trying to just plan what I want to do for the channel and for you guys. So just keep in mind that there is definitely going to be at least 1 video next week. I just don't know at this point in time exactly what video it's going to be or what it's going to look like. So I just wanted to kind of yap about that for a hot minute. But with all of that said, I think I'm going to wrap this video up and get out of here. So once again, thank you so much to Album Buddy for choosing to do a collab with me. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you are at all interested in trying Album Buddy, please do give them a shot. But thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. If you did, I hope you have an awesome day or night whenever you watch this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.